We live.
Mm-hmm. So Facebook, been a minute.
Testing 1 2. We live. All right, cool. So we wanted to get on here real quick. Y'all know me, Driscoll, my lovely wife, Jasmine. We wanted to get on here real quick and touch base on the whole the baby and Danileigh drama going on. Crazy situation. Not uncommon in our community in one way or another. I guess the backstory on them, both recording artists, the baby, definitely the larger name artist. I guess they had a baby together about 3 months ago. And now he wants her out of the house. She didn't want to leave. One thing led to another, and it became a big debacle. Let me share this video though real quick to catch you up to speed if you're not familiar with the whole ordeal. Where is the video? 1 second, bear with me. It's been a second since I did this. What's up, everybody? Whoever's joining, let me know who you are in the comments. All right, here we go. So we're gonna breeze through this a little bit, but I just want you to have context for what's going on. This is them when things were great, apparently.
Danileigh is upset after her and her 3-month-old baby are asked to leave the penthouse.
The fucking cops on me. Look at this. If he wants me to get out of his house, go ahead. Go ahead, baby. Tell him. Tell him. Where's this stupid at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Yeah, whatever. He want to call the fucking cops on me for whatever the reason. Whatever. Stupid. My 3-month-old baby. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
No, I don't need to tell you nothing. Nah, you good. You can talk.
So if you can't tell what's going on at this point, the police are at the home. Sounds like they're trying to talk to her, get her side of the story or what's going on, or de-escalate the situation. As you see, she's being very uncooperative and combative. Mm-hmm. And she has her mind made up on how this thing gonna go.
Because he want to call you guys. Go ahead. Go ahead. Nah, go ahead. Ain't nobody need to talk to nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, whatever. Big ass, big. It's all good. It's all good. Shit. Ain't nobody need to talk to nothing. Go ahead. Guys, let me let you know real quick what the said, because this going to put up a statement 10 minutes after we done got into an argument, because he wants to walk into this room talking about, oh, you need to get out with our 3-month baby. Yeah, I ain't never addressed I ain't never addressed nothing before, because I always was like, nah, let me not talk to the internet, because the internet is always going to make their own story up, whatever they going to grab a little piece and put whatever story they want together. But nah, how I've been living here for the past 3 months at his house, at his penthouse, back and forth, here and there, since my baby was born. And then all of a sudden, I cook for this tonight. He want to come to the crib. I am sleeping in his bed, talking about, you need to go. The you mean I need to go to a 5-star hotel, do it. Ain't nobody.
So real quick, What stands out to me off back? First of all, we got to stop glorifying these stars. They are human beings. They are people with traumas, with past, just like the rest of us. And if that isn't any more evident as these type of situations continue to come out, I mean, we got to be aware of that. Her story's funny. She says, this man just came home. I done cooked for him and the child. And he walked in while I'm in the bed. Did she say she was asleep?
Yeah.
While I'm in the bed, sleep, and said, you got to get out. I ain't got my cap available. Can we make sense of this, people?
There's something missing.
Now, for me, when a woman's the first to tell the story and the climax doesn't exist in that story, I'm inclined to believe because she was the antagonist. We don't have the whole story, but I think any logical human being out here knows that a man did not come home. And because you cooked for him and his child, decided you need to leave. Because that's how she just tried to paint this story.
Mm-hmm. And she keeps repeating that.
Mind you, even, she's saying like he just trying to throw her and the child out on the street. But she mentioned a 5-star hotel. Now, I don't know how many people have ever been through some stuff where somebody said, get your stuff and get out. But have you ever been offered a 5-star hotel in the process from somebody that just ain't give a hot dang about you? Now, I sympathize with the young woman because I understand that she may have got her hopes up to get more out of this relationship than she's actually being offered by this young man.
But it seems like he's been clear about his motives.
Well, we're going to get to that later, too.
Leaving. And of course, she escalated. And this want to put up a statement talking about, oh, it saddens me that I have a queen to raise. You ain't even been here this whole time that I've had this child. You want to give cute little conversations, talk about you a good dad, you.
Now look at the energy. Look at the energy. Full of masculine energy, full of chaos, full of disrespect. Now we're going to watch the baby side afterwards. We're going to see how he confronts the situation. Some can argue it was with disrespect because of the things he say. Some would argue that it was blatant honesty. But one thing that never came out of his mouth is fuck you and any curse or evil words towards this woman.
The only thing that he was really trying to say is that you were never wifey. You were never somebody I was you were never my girl.
Listen, we've been in a culture for so long that have just played the victim narrative and the man's wrong, the woman's right. But when we look at this situation, from what we're being shown, we don't know all the facts. She seems to be the aggressor. And if I was to bet, the more dangerous person in this situation, because the baby knows with the woman with this type of energy, I'm not surprised if she hit him. That was my first thought when I seen this video. As a man who's been through it, and I'm sure there's many brothers out here who's been through it, I'm not surprised if she hit him. But the minute he was to retaliate, the minute that he was to try to get a grip of her to calm her down, to stop her, to do anything other than be a victim, she would have been the one calling the police and painting a different story, and we would be seeing a different headline.
Yep, he would be in cuffs. Absolutely. And I just wanted to bring up one thing. You see how distraught and how broken she is right now. Ladies, let's start making it normal to require marriage before we give these men children. Because look at the positions we're put in. She's getting kicked out of a home where she was nesting in for her baby. Now, we don't know the whole story, and she's making herself seem like the victim. But even if she was the victim, quit putting yourself in these positions where he doesn't have any commitment or anything to lose if he were to kick you out.
Your husband can't put you out. If they was married, he would be the one at the Four Seasons. She ain't on that deed, lease, whatever it is. He doesn't owe her anything. He owes that kid, but he doesn't owe her anything.
Right.
And that's the unfortunate reality when you put yourself in these situations. I can read from this video that this young lady thought the baby was going to create some type of bond, some type of loyalty with a rap nigga. Like, everybody out here don't blatantly hear what rap niggas say in their lyrics in regards to how they see their relationships with women.
Absolutely. And it's clear once we finish listening to this that she knew.
And this ain't the baby first baby. The baby got a lot of babies. And rumor has it that all of his baby mamas speak unfavorably about him. And she even, if I'm not mistaken, has some song lyrics dissing him. And this where you at now.
Yeah.
You know, I get what it's like to be in love and be blinded and want to believe whatever it is, but protect yourself. Stop making lifelong decisions with temporary people.
Facts.
You a fucking coward. You a fucking coward. You a motherfucking coward. God damn, bro. And it's unfortunate that it's on the fucking internet because, oh, okay, you're the
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I feel like I need to go online because at this point it's already out there.
So we'll hold off for a sec right there. Because I think at this point she's about to respond to the baby. Now, what's up, Lakia?
Hey, Lakia.
My bad, I'm just now seeing the comments. What up, Smitty? We got to talk later, bro. Monica in the house. Anastasia.
Hey, Anna.
Always a pleasure. Anastasia said, for real, this is very sad. Why are women doing this to themselves?
Yes, it's too much.
Lakia said, agreed, thought she could change him. Absolutely. And so this is the deal, man. For my brothers, I got to speak to my brothers. Danileigh, when she first came out, I thought she was a very attractive female. I thought one thing about her. And it seems like with every celebrity, we think one thing about them, and then as time goes by, we dig deeper into their life, we see a whole nother thing about them.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's looking very immature. She's looking very unprofessional. And to me, at the least, this is a stain on her career, a stain on her image. What's up, Felicia?
Yeah,
Hey,
I hate
y'all.
this
Yep.
too, Felicia.
Absolutely.
It's heartbreaking.
We all go through things, but the way that this is being handled just speaks volumes to me, because it's not making sense. It doesn't even. I didn't get at first why things were going this way. So I was glad the baby dropped his video, because if we would have just had her side, to me, she already looked bad because police are standing behind you and you don't want to leave. I don't ever see a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
And that's where I felt like there should have been an ounce of self-respect. At that point, you're not wanted in his home. It's not like you're going to be homeless or living with less. He's going to put you in a 5-star hotel. Push it. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. If you're not wanted, don't try to force somebody to keep you around.
And Danileigh is a successful artist herself.
Right.
Like, are you broke, sis? You know, I mean, and as distraught as you are, I'm sure she's gonna put him on child support. If you are broke, you're not gonna be broke. So I don't really understand the way that she's acting unless she felt like this child should have gained her a monogamous relationship from this man who, after watching this next video, you'll see has been pretty clear that I don't think that was ever on the table.
Well, it seems like, because she had the baby, he was being nice and wanted to help her and keep her and the new baby around. And she misinterpreted what that meant. That's what it looks like to me. She seen that he was trying to be a man to an extent. So now all of a sudden 3 months are up and he like, all right, I want my freedom back.
I think we need to stop leaving stuff to interpretation then.
Right.
If somebody's not clear with you, let's be clear. We need to have conversations because this is a baby. This is a human life involved. Yes, it is his child.
It's his child. Yeah.
Let's get to his video so we can get more background because it's still a lot of things left unclear.
Cared, and I got to clear it up. First of all, me and Danileigh is not together. Do I act like we're together? Do I make it openly clear that we're not together? We are not going steady. Have not been. That's not what's going on.
Steady.
She does not live with me. When did she get here? Where we at? A week ago. As soon as I filled with 2 suitcases, she does not live with me. She's been supposed to go back. They try to get her stuff sent here, trying to move in. No, been made it clear to look at their eyes at calm, mature conversations like, no, that's not what we're doing. We ain't gonna do it like this. I care about my kids for real. My kids ain't no marketing scheme. You don't have a baby with me and go as planned, go out with a bang, that's cool. You my guest, but when it gone all the way up into something like this, like a trip, you know what I'm saying? I got you almost forcing me to where I gotta, you know what I mean? Where I gotta potentially put your business out there. The bullshit is being thrown out there. Ain't been with me for 3 months, so boom, I'm gonna make this shit quick. Clear the airway on. I got my waking up, pulling up on me, my sister. She put.
I do find it suspect that she's saying that they've been there for 3 months. That's literally legally what she needs to be there for 3 months in order to not be kicked out without being evicted, right? 3 months.
I don't know. I thought it was maybe 30 days, but I'm not sure. I think it depends on what state you're in, probably too.
Okay.
No, you need to say something. Like, you gotta say something. Like, this ain't something you just sit back and let, you know what I'm saying, let it go the way it goes.
I think she's saying 3 months because the baby's 3 months old.
Okay.
And what he gets into later, I think she was in DR. She's Dominican. I think her family's in DR. And I guess they didn't want to have the baby overseas where they didn't have the same technology and healthcare system as we did here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was why he might have brought her here. Then the on and off, she said on and off over 3 months. So yeah. I don't know.
From that house to the some penthouse.
You gotta say something. And they understand this because they don't get around it. You know, so 3 months in, right? She might be going on. I ain't put it on the internet. All I know, stand up nigga. That's all I know. So people are like, come on. Like, I'm getting ready to come out there. Baby boy, see what baby was going come out the we see the hospital, we see this and that. I'm already like, I mean, I already want, no child,
All right, so it sounded like he went to DR and seen the hospital and didn't like what he saw.
Okay.
That's what it sounded like he's saying.
Is what it is, but it's a different country, so it's cool. I'm rocking to whatever beat, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking to whatever beat, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking to whatever beat, you know what I mean? I didn't, I got the child on the way, I'm stepping up. However it goes, that's how it goes. The child being born, whatever. Shouted listen to it. Her parents. I'm out there in DR, me and my sister. We out there. They got their whole thing going on. That ain't my business to be telling y'all. It ain't, you know. It's not my business to be telling y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it sounds like she got into it with her people, and he brought her here to help get her away from that situation because he didn't want his child in that type of environment.
Sure. They get into it. We don't know what these folks got going on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'll come back and take care of my baby when she get here. Right now, we gotta go. My sister, like, you not need to leave her in that household. You not need to leave your baby out here. Not need to leave your baby out here. Nah. Put the jet. From that night to the next morning while we waiting on the jet, yeah. Shouted, call my sister's phone. DMing my kid, man. Calling and texting my sister. I'm trying to control her, trying to keep her over there. She trying to run away with me. I'm not trying to have nothing to do with none of this. I'm just trying to take care of my baby. Yeah, make sure my baby is straight. I'm not trying to have nothing to do with nothing. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have nothing to do with nothing. I'm just trying to step up to the plate as a man. Take care of my baby, no matter how I ended up having a baby. It's a blessing to me. This is how I'm set up as a man. She called me 150 times. I'm like, nah, you need to stay here with your people. You need to, you know what I mean? Yeah, you need to work out what you got going on. All this shit is on, you know, all this shit on record because Shawty go all out with shit. Like Shawty text me 100,000. This shit really is deep. You get what I'm saying? But that's what I'm in. That's my reality. That's what I'm mixed up in. So I got to stand on business and still be there and take care of the child. You know. So I'm like, nah, you need to stay here. You need to stay here, Shawty. It's real deal. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, Shawty packed her shit and pulled up to the hotel we was at with her shit. Shit get deep now. You know, this shit in the car. My sister like, don't leave her. Like, she's calling my phone saying she don't feel safe. When she stayed here, had a kid out here. She had a kid out here.
Now that's the part I missed. Now Danileigh's about to pop into the video soon. So he's saying that he was trying to leave. The assistant was like, you can't leave her in this environment. We don't know what this environment is he keeps talking about, but it gets mentioned again later, and she got sensitive about it. So it's something nefarious going on. I don't know.
Mhm.
But he says she came up to the hotel where they were staying at with her bags packed. Now that's toxic off back. Listen, I don't care that she's pregnant with his baby, blah, blah, blah. You are not married to that man. To pull up on me like that, as if you're going to force your will on me, that's a red flag for me off back. I don't even want to deal with you.
It sounds like she's using that baby as leverage.
She's using the baby as leverage. I would rather pay the child support and keep it moving.
So me being the good-hearted nigga I am, you get what I'm saying? I said, okay, fuck it. Come on, get on the jet. I called the private doctor. They had the baby. She had the baby. They delivered the baby in America the next day. As soon as the jet landed, delivered the baby safely. You know what I'm saying? Way better hospital conditions, all that. And then I'm making sure that she's set up with everything she needs. I go eat everything. I go everything, you know, everything. Anything the baby could possibly have, I go get it. Sit up at the penthouse down in the city. But I'm making shit clear. Yeah. I'm making shit clear. Right here you go, that's cool. But I'm making shit clear. I'm making it, and it's the thing. And I'm glad y'all know. Yeah, come here.
I want y'all to pay attention to the two demeanors and the maturity level between the two. Don't get me wrong. The baby, I'm not saying that he's mature or a man. He's very immature in his decisions and the way that he's moving. But I'm saying in regards to posture, in regards to who's acting out of emotions, regards to who's being toxic and erratic, and who is just stating their side of the story. We got to watch that, because had this been the reverse side and there was no cameras, these cell phones saving men's lives now. And she would have called the cops. We would have been seeing different headlines, and we would have believed whatever we saw.
No, I'm not scared. Look, and I'm glad she walked out. So as you can see, nobody was put out. And me calling the police, that's like for my safety, because this what I'm.
Shorty walked up with a wife beater on, with no bra, nipples poking through, looking bad crazy.
It's a real deal, cuckoo. Look, this is a real deal. Like, shawty really cuckoo.
Now peep that. She just smacked his phone. She want the smoke. She came out here while he's on live with 100,000 people, posted up behind him talking smack, and slapped the phone. Now somebody out there like, oh, y'all being overboard, why you blaming her? Because you would do that too.
That's that. She's clearly aggressive.
She's clearly aggressive, because if she would do that on a live in front of 100,000 people, I promise you when that phone ain't on, she would have hit him.
And not only that, I feel like it's a way to try to get him to act out of character.
There you go. She's provoking the man.
Yeah.
I promise you she hit that man today.
She's still here, so nobody was put out.
The woman is crazy.
Nobody was put out. No, this ain't no. We ain't got to make this a sexist thing.
They go to victim of it. The woman is crazy every time. Let's gaslight him now. No, we see that you're crazy. Regardless of what your sex is, we see your actions. You're crazy.
Okay. Okay, Stephanie. Go ahead.
This ain't nothing new. This just me clearing it up, because she not about to tell us. I can show you begging me to stay here, sorry. It's not
Talking about you miss me, come back home, all this stuff. The fuck,
You
I already left your ass.
you can see who cuckoo is and who's not. Like,
Because I'm talking.
but this is my thing. This is my thing. They did not make sure to leave.
A feminine woman will recognize that this situation is beneath her, and she will remove herself from this situation because she knows that she's better than this.
Yes, go. You're degrading yourself.
A feminine woman, you may never hear her side of the story. And if you did, it dang sure ain't gonna be looking over his shoulder. It's gonna be from the peaceful comfort of wherever she chooses to call home. But she is not gonna be standing in a place where a man does not want her, demanding not to go, causing conflict, putting yourself in a position to provoke this man, standing over his shoulder, instead of in your own space in the house, even if you did decide you weren't gonna leave.
While he's telling the world, I don't want her. She was never mine.
Somebody need to come make sure.
Oh, no, I'm leaving. I'm
Leave.
leaving, don't worry. But guess
Hear
what,
what I'm
guys?
saying.
I'm trying to go to the house to get my baby's
Somebody need to
clothes.
make sure they
And
leave.
he's telling me I can't go to the house to get my baby's clothes because I only have 4 outfits for her. Because I want to leave. So stop showing me, Joe. You wanted to get on live to talk shit and put everybody in our business, trying to act like we haven't been together.
We haven't been together.
Okay, Jonathan. We haven't been together.
You don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. Oh my God, this is so funny.
That what I'm
This is
saying.
so
Yeah.
Oh my God, how you gonna go
This is what
live?
you dealing with.
I'm not gonna come out here and talk.
I'm gonna let y'all see what's going on. Like, this is my reality.
You're such a cap ass man.
This is my reality.
This is
So
such
look,
a cap ass man. He wants to fuck me and fuck his hay with that, guys. I mean,
So they cut it out for whatever reason. But what she was saying right there is that he wants to be able to have sex with her, his other baby mothers, and all his hoes in Charlotte at the same time, and she'd be okay with it. Says you ain't find that out yesterday. You knew that. And if you didn't, just pop a CD in.
Yeah.
You knew who the baby was. You the only person on the planet that thought the baby was about to be monogamous to you. And you didn't think that either. But you're trying to spin this the story on him right now to make yourself the victim. Let's expose him now because I'm looking bad.
back and live
Can you
here
stop
and
touching
stay
it?
in
Can
this
you stop
fucking
touching
house with our child.
I don't want you to stay. I've been begging you
Okay,
to
yeah, I
leave.
know you tried to kick me out
This one of
yesterday
them
at
real.
3 in the morning.
This one of them real. This one of them real movies, man. Y'all look, tune in and see what we dealing with. Like, shouted really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Real life. It ain't. I'm not going.
Because you're calling
Do your
me a
thing.
crazy
I'm
ass
not-
woman
I'm not
on the
tripping. Do
internet
your-
trying to make me look bad because your ass was trying to kick me out to little hotel with our 3-month baby.
Stop touching me. She's still touching him. Hit his phone twice. On live in front of people. Now listen, 113,000 people watching. She's on her best behavior right now, folks.
So imagine that camera off.
This is what I was saying, man, when I was talking about the image that was portrayed of her as a celebrity. We get caught up in how these women look. And we don't investigate and do our due diligence before we start shooting the club up. Now he has a baby with her. He's going to have to deal with this for the next 18 to 20 years. If that's not a nightmare in itself. This is a woman, like I said, who I feel for because she put herself in a bad situation, probably really looking for love, looking for the status or the power couple delusion that's sold to us. But sis, you didn't get that. And you thought the baby was going to guarantee it. That was going to be the finishing touch. And it didn't work that way.
Mm-mm.
He didn't even want to publicly announce his baby. I think it was November 1st when he finally admitted that he was the father to her child. And I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Listen,
What? You
listen.
just don't.
I got the entire night. Shouty, can I do my live?
No. No. Go ahead.
No.
That's why the folks got to come get her out of here,
No,
man.
I'm leaving. Trust me, I'm leaving.
God,
But I need my shit
that is
from your
really
house so I can leave here forever.
Why do you have stuff in my house? I've been trying to
What are
get
you
you to
talking
leave my
about? I
house
had a
for a
whole
week.
closet in your
Girl.
house. I
No,
had a
I can't
whole
tell you. I gotta
shoe
clear this
rack
up.
in your
So
house.
listen,
I had a whole closet. I have an underwear drawer. Idiot. I have
somebody
a side of
come
a fucking
get
sink
this
in your
girl.
bathroom. Stop acting like I just came into your
Look at
life
her.
and
Look at
just fucking. Oh my god, you're so. So funny. How you gonna go in live with these other one thinking I ain't gonna come out and talk?
I'm not tripping on you coming out. Why you still here? You got to leave.
How you going to go on live while I'm in the other room and thinking I ain't going to come out and talk? Look at that face at the end of that eye roll.
This my house.
But you thought I wasn't going to tear this shit up?
Mm-hmm.
I will burn this down. That's what that face is. You lucky that camera on. I ain't gonna watch this whole video, man. I ain't gonna watch this whole video, man.
It's really sad. It's really sad because when you go through these comments, you see majority of the black women are on her side. They're telling her, I mean, they're talking about, oh, don't do her like that. Don't do that to her. But where's her accountability?
That's why I wanted to do this video today. Because I Googled Danileigh today. I could not believe the Twitter posts, the headlines, all against the baby. All, I feel sorry for you, Danileigh. Summer Walker, I got you, girl. Come this way, anything you need. Ain't nobody gonna check her. Mind you, breaking news, she got 2 assault charges. Cops came back this morning for another call, investigate the matter. She has 2 simple assault charges from this now.
Wow.
And she's still the victim. Lakia said it. She heard on the radio. They was already bashing it. Let's get to these comments real quick.
Yeah.
Anastasia says she seems a bit crazy.
Mm-hmm. She's completely in control. I mean, being controlled by her emotions. You could tell. Every move and word she says is emotions.
Lakia said, but she was just crying. Now she over his shoulder ready to fight.
Right.
Anastasia said her appearance was killing me too. I cringe.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gabriella, welcome, sis. Good to see you. She said, you don't think him, hold up. You don't think him going on live is provoking her too? See, you the spicy Latina, you would have been doing the same thing. That's what that's telling us. You would have been over his shoulder too. And even if he is, he in his house.
That's
He
where
can go live. If you don't want him to go live, leave. Because this is the difference, Gabriella. She went live too. And we didn't see him in her video.
Nope.
My bad, her 2 lives. We didn't see him coming over her shoulder like, tell the truth now, Shotty. We didn't see that. Anastasia said, walk away gracefully with pride. Absolutely. Kia said she went on live first. Social media never had to know. Just leave. Facts. Anastasia responds to Gabriella, we have to have self-control. He was in his home talking quietly.
Right.
Gabriella said, I thought the one that started the social media thing was his doing. Who knows?
Yeah. At the end of the day, you got to have self-respect.
Yeah. Kia says she caught feelings and thought it would change something. That's what I think. That's what's evident, honestly. Trying to catch all these comments. He's at fault for that too. It was just sex to him. Should have used protection, and she shouldn't have allowed it. Hey, that's the biggest point on his end. And one thing I got to give him though, he owning that. He not playing victim right now. He just saying, I want to end it. Right. But one way or another, he know he about to pay that child support. He gonna cut that check, and he seemed to be cool with that because this ain't his first rodeo. He seemed to be cool with cutting these checks. He likes shooting the club up. That's on him. PSAC said she was not looking for love. No way. Hey, bro, you think it's too logical, man. Some of these people got pipe dreams, bro. They think I can change the bad boy.
Yeah.
Lakia said, I believe it was all good till a baby got involved. You got a little drawer in the closet. Wow.
Wow. Right. I got a drawer.
I got a drawer. Like, sis, like, stop. And you know what? I feel bad. I don't want to rag on her because this is really her family fault. You can tell she wasn't taught nothing. This is really a reflection of her upbringing.
And then whatever it is that she had going on with her family during the most vulnerable time in her life, she's 9 months pregnant.
Yeah. Lakia says they was on the radio saying he's horrible and he's trifling.
Oh my goodness.
I never even imagined it went that way. You see what I'm saying? So if she never watched this live, she would have thought that this trifling Negro just came home and said, you and my baby, get your shit and get on the curb.
Right.
Because that's how they try to paint it when, you know what I mean? Anytime there's a situation where a man stands up for himself, that's how we get painted. Anastasia says, I feel a little sympathy for her, but I don't like her. He already has a strike against him for his gay comments. I can respect that.
I do have a little sympathy for her because she seems very naive. She seems extremely naive and thinks that she can change a man.
Right.
And that's just not the case. And she didn't value herself enough to wait for that ring, for commitment to give him a baby. And that's when accountability comes in.
I didn't think about it though. The whole gay thing, he was already in, I guess, reform or rehab from being canceled, so to speak.
Oh, right.
So it makes sense why they ragging on him right now. PSAC even said that the gay community's still mad at the baby. He's still on punishment. Gabriella said, I think he should have left and handled it away from her. I say he should have left because he doesn't have to take care of the baby. Give her some time to get her stuff packed up, find a place, gather the baby stuff, and get out of there with no contact or police escort.
See, I thought that as well, but then as I started to logically think and look at the way that she acts, nobody would leave your house with someone like that. You really think she was gonna leave that house in one piece?
It wasn't gonna be no house when he got back.
She would have tore that stuff down.
Molotovs.
Like
that's all that would have been left when he got
place. Back. At the end of the day, he pays the bills. That's his place. That's not, I mean, if in order to keep the peace, I can see that being a smart move. But at the end of the day, he will be risking his stuff getting torn apart.
I'm going to say just for the sake of it, I can agree though that would be a wise choice.
Right.
On paper. I can understand that. If she actually lived there and they were actually together, like if it's something me and my wife go through, you know what I mean? I can get that. In his situation, I don't know. I don't know if I would have left her in my crib. I don't know, but I don't think that was a bad idea. The problem is that you're saying give her time to pack and get her stuff together. It don't look like that was her plan.
And well, she did say it in that live. I didn't hear that till just now. She was like, well, I'm trying to get out of here. I just need my stuff.
Yeah, but she said that on his live over his shoulder.
Right.
That's saving face. She ain't said that in none of her lives.
Yeah, she didn't.
I don't believe that.
Said, I ain't going nowhere.
She said, I'm not. She told the police, I don't even got to talk to y'all. Talk to him. He called you.
Right.
She acting like that's her crib and she got the right to be there. Yeah. PSAC said going live is an insurance policy for a man. Absolutely. Absolutely. We needed that. Listen, cell phones are saving men nowadays. You need to put everything on cam if you in his position, 100%.
Well, he didn't quite need to go live, though.
He didn't need to go live, but he did need to record.
It.
He needed to record. Yeah. I probably wouldn't go live, personally.
Right.
Gabriella said, I would never go on live like this. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, sis. You had me concerned a little bit. Shanquita said, what's the real backstory? We may never know. All we got is what we see. And that's why it's so important how you conduct yourself, especially when you know the camera's rolling.
Yeah.
And what I see, it looks like he's poised and under control. Now, one thing from watching the rest of the videos, I did watch more of it. What I'm gathering, and it's just an hypothesis, she did say he was mad because he had plan B. She had plan B sent to his house. It sounded like he ready to get on with other women. She didn't like that. And I don't know if she sent the plan B as like a shot or a way to say like, don't be knocking these other hoes up. I don't know.
Right. And that's why I was gonna say when although there could be something missing in the story, maybe he did come home and say, I want you out, because he had some baddies that he was trying to get in the house.
Well, I think what it sounded like, he was mad about the plan B thing.
Okay.
Whatever the plan B situation was seems to be the catalyst. And it sounds like she's probably taking it to heart now that she's not his only chick.
Right.
And that seems to be what started the fight. Gabriella says she's also postpartum. Her hormones are probably insane because not only is she being embarrassed, getting rejected, but has to co-parent with this man. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why you need to keep it moving. You need to walk on away so you don't continue to embarrass yourself.
It sucks that it sounds like she ain't got no family here. Her family probably in DR, and they just as toxic, if not more, because she didn't learn this stuff overnight.
Right.
Lakia said, not gonna lie, I was just like, oh, well, another situation being blown up because he's famous. Facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gabriella said, I feel sorry for her because she got to be a single mom, but I don't feel bad for her getting the charge on her because she didn't leave him alone. Her emotions got the best of her. I hate the single mom epidemic. So that bothers me in general, but I don't feel sorry for her because she got to be a single mom because she didn't marry this man. She was going to be a single mom regardless.
That's what I was going to say. She
signed up to be a single mom. And she thought that it was going to possibly change because of this decision.
Right.
Anastasia said Molotov cocktail. Or have someone other than himself.
Irrational.
She wasn't leaving. Exactly. She said, I'm not leaving. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Too many people broadcast their business. That's the issue.
That's a big
childish
issue.
Stupidity. Kel said, what's up, Kel? I would have went live because of the natural reactions and his proof of her acknowledging that he was live. I dig that. Because to a degree, it's like, you can't say I edited it. Can't try to say it's out of context. You're seeing it as if you were here.
Right. And she can't grab the phone and break it.
Or she can try, but that's going to be live too.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, if you recorded it.
Right. Okay. She could take the phone, damage it, and that video will never come out.
Yeah.
I think about that. Like when people record with the dash cam and the police pulling them over. I think
Mhm.
about stuff like that too. Like,
Mhm.
what if that cop just snatch your dash cam up and stomp on it?
That's it.
You know, or they
But now
arrest
they
you.
have it, and it's going to your cloud. There's certain ones that
Okay,
it gets sent
gotcha.
straight to your cloud.
I wasn't privy to that.
Mhm.
What's up, Steven? King Smitty said the real backstory is babies don't make you marriage material. Ring first, then negotiations begin. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that's point blank, period. And that's the moral of the story.
Mhm. I agree, Lakia.
What's that? I think that too many people feel sorry for her. I'm gonna pin that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think it's an agenda.
Yes, there's something going on. They're trying to this demasculating of men and really just taking away men's rights. Period. It's really been clear what's been happening lately.
Absolutely. Steven said people need to realize that if they F him, there are consequences. If you don't want a child, keep your legs shut. Simple as that, bro. Bro, you say that, and I mean, no, you're gonna be ridiculed.
Yeah.
You all kind of misogynist right now. Thankfully, we in a space with like-minded people that aren't anti-accountability, or maybe one or two that ain't been commenting. They probably are those people that are angry over stuff like that, but it's common sense, bro. It really is. And that's one of my big things when it comes to the whole abortion argument. It's common sense. Like, if you don't want a certain consequence, don't do the things that can lead to that probability.
Right. Absolutely.
But again, Shankita said, can't choose your course of actions and then get mad at the outcome.
I love it.
So y'all finish this out for me. I mean, y'all got the closing words.
Right.
And it's just really sad, but I'm glad we got to touch on this because I'm just shocked at how the media is spinning this and everybody's turning on the baby. They wanted to cancel my man's anyway, though, so he was an easy target.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what it is. I didn't even think about that because when she said they already on the radio stations, they going in on them, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I forgot he was the one who had the lyrics.
The gay comments.
Yeah, they trying to completely cancel him.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't really look into that, but I didn't think he really made gay comments. I thought he made AIDS comments.
Oh,
but anyway, I don't know. I thought he said something along the lines of, if you don't got AIDS for sucking another nigga dick, put your hands in the air, something like that, which probably shouldn't have said the same. I don't know, whatever. But I'm tired of cancel culture. I hate that as a grown man, I can't say what I want to say at my show.
Right. Like, I mean, there was plenty of people that agreed in the crowd.
Facts. And Gabriella says same for the men. Absolutely, sis. When it comes to making babies, that's not a one-sided issue. And the baby gonna have to eat that.
Yeah.
Because he can call her crazy all he want, but look what he brought into his life now for having a kid with this crazy chick that he wasn't married to.
I can say that, but from seeing what he's talking about, he's not making himself a victim. He's like, you know, this is what happens when you sleep around. Whatever it was that he said, he's taking it on the chin. He gets that he made a bad decision with it. A
lot of these rappers are like that. You remember the famous 50 lyric, have a baby by me, baby.
Yeah.
Be a millionaire, write the check before the baby come. Who the F cares? Like, this is how rappers live.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it ain't nothing to him.
Yeah.
It's nothing to him. I mean, it's worth it to him, apparently.
Right.
PSAC said, AIDS comments are gay comments, bro. You know what? I don't care about cancel culture.
I was about to say,
I don't care about cancel culture. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm going to go there. He pulled me there. Listen, personally, I've never met a person with AIDS that wasn't gay.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna throw out Magic Johnson. You ain't meet him. You don't know what he did. He could be gay. I'm not saying they don't exist. I know you can transfer AIDS through drugs, sharing needles and such.
Right.
But they HIV was the boogeyman for a long time. And I'm like, I know a lot of dudes like the baby that's out here shooting the club up and being reckless. I mean, you know, a lot of us had our past, and the HIV is just not a thing. that I hear running rampant in the community like people try to make it out to be.
Mhm.
So personally, it may be wrong or biased, but when I hear somebody got it, unless I know they're a drug addict, I assume they on the down low.
Yeah.
Personally. And honestly, the LGBT community must agree or they wouldn't have been so mad at him. PSEC said AIDS and sodomy are linked like Wuhan and coronavirus. Absolutely, because in order to pass HIV, you have to break blood vessels.
Mhm.
It cannot just be transferred through semen by itself.
Yeah, it's blood.
It has to get into the bloodstream, and that typically is not going to happen from vaginal intercourse unless you have an extremely rough sex. But anal intercourse is almost always going to cause tissues to break.
Mhm.
And I did my research, I had someone close to me that died from AIDS. So Steven said today's rap is garbage. Hey man,
Yeah, that's already. That's why they need to get hip to Driscoll.
Drop that late.
Right.
PSEC said that's why they on him. That AIDS line was deeper than I think. Yeah,
Mhm.
facts. Kel said you can't just keep taking it on the chin. One situation will turn your light side. I want no part. See, this is the thing. I think where the baby messed up is he apologized. One thing I got from Candace Owens that I'm taking with me for the rest of my rise to the top is when you say something, stand by it.
Don't apologize.
Don't apologize to cancel culture.
I didn't know he apologized.
Yeah. He wanted, they told him he was losing the bag. I'm sure it wasn't his choice.
Right.
Don't apologize. You take it and keep trekking.
Yeah.
I said what I said, and I ain't about to explain myself. And if I'm really sorry about something and I offended a person, then I'll call you and tell you directly.
Right.
I don't owe the world an apology for my opinion.
Right.
PSEC said Magic Johnson. Boy, let me tell you, his name says a lot. Look at his son. The apples don't fall too far from the tree. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't know. Steven said, no offense to gay people, but I didn't even like it when I got my prostate exam. Yo, y'all are taking a turn for the worse, bro.
Male doctor.
He said it hurt. Listen, that's why I don't go to the doctor, bro.
Right.
For real, they talking about you got to check for prostate cancer around 40 or whatever. Like, listen, if it's time to go home to the Lord, I'm just get there. Not worried about none of that. Definitely was the publicist made him, absolutely. Because when he tried to apologize, it was basically like, yo, man.
I gotta do this, man.
YP say don't apologize, don't compromise, stand your ground on the truth. It's solid facts, bro. I'm glad to see you here too, bro. PSEC said Magic Johnson wife don't have AIDS. In the discussion, talk about it. Make that make sense, my science majors. I'm calling y'all out because every time we start talking the truth, especially on the abortion topic, everybody, I'm a science major. You can't tell me anything.
Right.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Why doesn't his wife have it? And why did she never have it?
Look here.
Hey, man, y'all not about to turn my live into an AIDS live, bro. I'm about to get up
I'll
out
check
here.
his balls if I got to, but he don't need no doctor.
Hey, man, y'all be safe out here. I don't know. Is the COVID thing starting to turn around? We just recently moved to Arizona, for those who don't know. We loving it out here, man. It's 80 degrees all week long in November. You see, we out here with the short sleeves on.
Tank tops.
And ain't nobody wearing no masks out here, bro. But I know, like they were saying, like New York and LA still doing the proof of vaccination thing to get into certain places. So I'm just trying to see what's the climate out here. I don't know how big the COVID madness is going, but to me, it's feeling like it's turning around. I'm hoping it is.
Yeah.
Hoping we can get back to real life at some point, man.
Right, because I can't stand the mask.
Lakia said, I thought y'all was on vacation. Listen, we are. Real rap. It's like we live on vacation right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been real. We're gonna do this more. This gonna go on the YouTube. Matter of fact, for those who don't know, let me go on and link it right now, because we definitely gonna get active.
Yeah, definitely.
We
I've
just
been
had to lay
definitely,
low for a second.
yeah, recoup. But I definitely been feeling the push to start back and speaking that truth.
Absolutely. Had to lay low for a sec and regroup or whatnot. But we got a lot of things we want to talk about. I wish I can go into a couple of them today, but I just don't feel like it. And I know we got a time zone difference with a lot of y'all. It's probably going to stretch out and be kind of long if we go there. And I don't really got the video prepared with the timestamps and whatnot.
Yeah.
So with that said, I'm sorry, was you saying something?
No, I was just go ahead.
It's been real. I did want to touch on one thing though. Since we here, let's stir the pot a little bit.
Love you too, Lakia. Hit me up later.
Jackie said not in Portland, still lockdown. What?
Where? In Portland?
Portland. YP said the mask was killing. Why put something over your nose and mouth at the same time? That's borderline suffocating.
I literally be feeling like I'm suffocating. They always like, ma'am, can you put it over your nose, please?
I'm so tight about it, bro, because I'm going to this recording art school, man, out here. And if you don't got the vax, you gotta wear a mask in class all day. And like, if this wasn't really something that I wanted to do for my career, I would be bucking and probably wouldn't do it. But it drives me nuts, bro. And it's like, I try to sneak my mask down and they like, you gotta have it over your nose. I'm not trying to be the mask police. And it's a lot, man. So I dig you on that. It's definitely stupid. But let me ask y'all about this one post, because I gotta ruffle feathers really quick. Okay. And the only person that really rebutted it, I think a lot of people like to stay quiet on my stuff, but the only person that really rebutted it ended up liking my response. But get back to here. Let me share this post real quick, because this jump was gold, man. I was shocked to see this chick put this out here. I'm gonna let you do the honors and read it, babe.
Calling your man bae is so lame. Step it up. Call him my lord.
Hey, yo, you want to talk about trigger? I ain't even look at the original comments, but I know they at her neck right now. Now, salute to Anastasia. She said, I'm going to start doing this.
Amen.
And look, I told her, you are about to be spoiled. First, before we get into it and all into, I ain't going to dig all into other people's comments out of respect. But if you're on my page, it's public. You can see it. I just want to know, first off, fellas, I want to hear your thoughts. How would you feel about your wife specifically calling you my lord? Would it be cringe? Would it be too much? How does you feel about that? Fellas, if you're still in here, I want to hear from you first specifically. And then the ladies, obviously, you can post your opinions too on how what you think about that post. But while we're waiting on that, Lakia says she's literally had patients whose oxygen level drops, from wearing the mask.
Mm-hmm. That's why I can't stand when we have to go somewhere and have to wear one. I'm like, I probably have put one on my older kids, but my babies are not wearing a mask.
Right.
Absolutely not.
So look like the fellas either not here or they scared. So go ahead, Lakia, you got the floor. Gabrielle, like, man. P-Sack said mandatory. I love this guy. I'm about to hold my salute the rest of the show, bro. Listen, you getting a salute from a real live vet right here. Smitty said, I'm straight on it personally, but to each his own. All right, I'm gonna go on and order arms on that one. Kel said, it would turn me to Darth Vader and go hard for my wife. Boy, I'm shooting the club up, AK-40s. Nigga, what?
You trying to have 10 kids.
25. YP said, because I understand the honor of it would be very encouraging as head of your family. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
She said she gonna do it with an accent.
Hey, yo. Look here,
It's
you
probably
got
gonna catch him off guard. Like,
listen,
what you say?
you about to be starting something. I'm about to tell you, because listen, like it's triggering, but for those out there who do subscribe to the Christian faith, it was not something that I shared just because I knew it would be provoking. It's actually biblical.
It is biblical.
And I'm going to prove that. Because I did have one sister say, in so many words, the only person that I'm calling Lord is God. And I'm like, I could feel you on that. Because culturally, that's the norm.
Right.
But if we're really going to challenge ourselves in our marriages to really be as endearing as possible, Ephesians chapter 5, starting at verse 22. Let's go there. And this is just scratching the surface. It says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. Not after the Lord.
As.
Not like a little bit of the Lord. Not like the toes of the Lord. But as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. It's the same relationship. His body, of which he is the Savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Now, somebody's saying, well, that doesn't justify calling him Lord. Maybe you did miss it, and that's fair. But guess what? There is actual scripture that does justify it. It doesn't demand it. It doesn't order or mandate it. I'm not saying if you don't do it, you're not a good wife.
Right.
But I'm saying if you do it, you are a hell of a good wife. I'm just speaking from the natural, competitive, man, animalistic nature of a man.
Right.
That it will endear him to the fullest. I assure you. Okay, so let me give you this one. This is gonna put the icing on the cake. This is the icing on the cake right here. And if you feel it, try it. See how he responds. Because initially he's gonna laugh because he never expected a woman to honor him like that. Right. But I promise you, if you made a habit out of it, it's gonna be hard for that to not challenge that man to be the best man he can be in that household. Okay. 1 Peter chapter 3, I'm gonna skip to verse 5. For this is how the holy women who hoped in God used to adorn themselves, by submitting to their own husbands, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. And you are her children. I like the version that say her daughters, because it specifies, if you do good and do not fear anything.
Yes. And I claim to be a daughter of Sarah, and I today I said, all right, I gotta get it together.
Oh, Lord. Y'all be ready for baby number 12. I'm just gonna let you know 12. Right now.
How
be
we
ready.
Get to 12?
Be ready for baby number 12. For this is the way the holy women of the past who put their hope in God used to adorn themselves. They submitted themselves to their own husbands, like Sarah, who obeyed Abraham and called him her Lord. You are her daughters if you do what is right and do not give way to fear. Because that's all we hear nowadays is fear.
Yeah.
fear, scarcity. What if this don't go right? I don't want to do that for a man because he might get
He
it.
might turn into a tyrant.
That's all we hear today is fear, fear, fear.
Mhm.
And we don't hear anybody teaching honor.
We don't walk in fear.
Anybody. Let me see some of these comments. I'm shocked. They better than I thought.
D-Ray.
YP, the accent junk go hard though. What is it? What are y'all talking about an accent? I don't even know what y'all. I missed that.
Oh, because she said she's gonna start saying it with
With
an
the accent. Oh, and my boy YP. He like, hold on
The
now.
accent junk go hard.
That might mess around and be a problem. Look, he said, I'm gonna be like my love, honey. He gonna stroke out. Lakia, I love the your own part, but maybe Danileigh or whoever she is should read that. YP said no cap. PSAC said it's royalty level respect. It don't seem normal to most common people because they're not used to it. But that's not how the royals get down even to this day. You know what? You're right, bro. You're right. And I mean, one would have to think that if you treat your man like royalty, it's gonna be hard for him to accept within himself not living up to that.
Right.
The more that I'm honored, even for the things that I don't feel like I've earned and done, the more I'm like, I can't sit around and fail.
Right.
I got these people depending on me that see me like this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, just a gem I'm throwing out there. If you don't want to do it, that's on you. But for my lords out there, salute to y'all, man. And yo, let your lady see this joint and see what she got to say. That maybe you can toss it out there like that. You know, it might be hard to say, hey babe, I want you to call me Lord now. I didn't do that because it ain't real to me if it come like that.
No.
But I just thought it was a dope conversation to have, especially seeing that it was a female that posted it. You know, a man could have never did that. He would have been canceled
No, he
immediately.
was. Yeah.
Like nigga, the
get
nerve
over
of you.
yourself.
Yeah. but women want to be called queens and all that, you know. But anyway, it's been real. Kel said number 12. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But with love, I appreciate y'all joining, kicking it with us, and we're gonna do this more often, as we said. I'm gonna put the link to the YouTube in here after. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Any closing words?
No, I'm just happy to see y'all. It's been a while. And join us next time.
Absolutely. Thank y'all again, and we out of here.